What's good, YouTube? What's good, Twitch? It's your boy, Dgotsauce, and I'm back with another live stream. This is episode number 34, and boy, do we got some stuff to talk about. Per usual, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're new, and turn on those notification bells if you guys want to see me live and in action in real time. I appreciate y'all viewership. I really do. I've been having a blessed week so far, and I hope you guys are having a blessed week yourselves. We've been doing a lot. We've been grinding. We've been grinding. We've been taking care of the business, taking care of family, and doing what we got to do as people that are looking just to be successful in this life that we are living. And I honestly, I really do hope that you guys are feeling the same way. I hope that you guys are motivated. I hope that you guys are inspired, and I hope you guys are trying to be great. Great, because that's our mission, man. That's what we came here to do. That's what we want to do, and that's what we leave in this earth with. Greatness, straight greatness. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership. Y'all know how we do it here, man. We ain't gonna be here too long tonight. But we got some stuff that we got to talk about. Let's get into the first subject of the night, and we bringing it to the migrants. The migrants. They said, forget you, Texas. We don't care how much border, how much barbed wire you guys put at the border. We're gonna move that out the way. We don't even care if the National Guard is there. We're gonna move them out the way too. Let's tune into the video and see what's going on in the streets of Texas, y'all.
A big update on the migrants arrested after storming the border and pummeling National Guard troops on the way, as more than 220 of them are now charged with inciting a riot. Overnight, Governor Abbott reacting, tweeting in part, quote, ICE confirmed it is getting custody of all those charged with rushing the border and will start deportation proceedings against them. Awesome. Send them and we'll send them back. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Chuck.
Now, this is great news, because what they have been doing and what they are doing is illegal. And not only does Texas not want it, majority of the world doesn't want it. And these people are coming in like they don't care what we talking about. And ICE is back, y'all.
DeVore is Vice President of the Texas Public Policy Foundation, joins us now. Chuck, what was the problem on Easter? They didn't like the paperwork, so they were threatening to let them out on their own recognizance?
Well, evidently, the paperwork wasn't processed quickly enough for the liking of the judge, which, of course, is a principle in U.S. jurisprudence, right? But you would have expected that the district attorney's deputy DAs would have worked over Easter to process the paperwork to meet the judge's requirement. So, yeah, we almost had a pretty big slip up here with a bunch of people getting away.
All right, good. So let's hope it ends up working out. El Paso County Court of Migrants returned to ICE custody obtained by the New York Post. Quote, all individuals allegedly involved in the March 21st border breach and federal detainers filed by Immigration and Customs Enforcement to have them returned to custody once released from state custody. All right, good. So next.
Is this not worse than January 6th? Forgive me, y'all. But is this not worse than January 6th? I'm confused. We got over 200 people that are rushing the border. Is this not crazy, or am I tripping?
In New Orleans, they start talking again about SB 4 and deliberating on whether Texas can do this on their own border. What is the time frame? How many days of arguments will we see? When can we find out if you guys can implement this law?
Well, a very complex case, a lot of back and forth, of course, in the Fifth Circuit. I'd imagine you're going to see something definitive within a month. And of course, it will be immediately appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. And who knows whether or not there's going to be a final determination before the election in November. The bottom line is that Texas is asserting traditional powers that states have, state sovereignty to protect the health and welfare of their citizens. And so Governor Greg Abbott is merely doing what governors have done in the past in Texas and other states.
That's the argument. And let's hope this judge, normally a conservative court, while they argue and deliberate, will allow you implement this law. Meanwhile, 326,000 illegal immigrants, according on President Biden's top secret fight program, where you fill out in another country an app, you come to the border, they fly you into this country secretly. Guess where most of the illegal immigrants are going after they fill out this little app? Texas and Florida. What's your take on that?
326,000 people have come into the border under Biden. Those are a lot of happy people out there.
Well, the bottom line is what the lawless Democrats under Biden are doing are they're trying to hide the ball. They're trying to prevent any sort of significant visual image from these masses of individuals backing up at the border. That's what they don't want at all costs. And so what's happening is they're using this CBP-1 app. It's an app on the phone. They fill it out. They can fly directly into America. Now, they're still illegal aliens when they do so. But by flying directly into mostly Florida, what they get is they get no crowds at the border or a significant reduction of crowds at the border because that's what they want to avoid. They don't want those visuals because Americans strongly disapprove of the Biden border crisis.
So people should understand at home, as bad as the border looks, they are flying people over the border into Miami, 326,000, Houston, 21,000, Los Angeles, 8,000 plus, San Francisco, 4,000 plus, and they're here already. The whole point, Chuck, of this program originally was you apply in the country you're in or the first one you step into. We don't fly you here and then deliberate your status. It's insanity.
It is insanity. And let's go back to the riot in El Paso. What you didn't see in those videos was you didn't see any Border Patrol agents. And that's because they're so busy processing the illegal aliens that are violating our laws that the only people who were on the border were Texas National Guard and Texas Department of Public Safety troopers. All the Border Patrol were in processing. Now, Brian, this is a new policy that reversed.
Look at, they are just pushing the National Guard out the way. They don't care who is there, who's blocking the border. If they could take this wall down, they'll take it down too.
This is something that was put in place 31 years ago. It was called Hold the Line, where we would directly turn back into Mexico people that were crossing between the ports of entry. Biden overturned that program, and that's why you're seeing the riot at the border, and that's why you're seeing the increasing chaos at the border.
And he's saying because the Republicans walked away from the legislation, that was their chance to fix things, so it's not his problem anymore. Thankfully, by the polls, no one's buying that. Chuck DeVore, thanks so much.
Insane, man. Insane. This is what we dealing with. But luckily, ICE is back, and they doing what they got to do. This is crazy, though. This is crazy. 222 plus migrants that surged and charged over the border are now being charged. And they going to get deported, y'all. They going right back to wherever they came from. Texas ain't having it. Texas ain't having it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about that down below in the comments. We're going to move on to the next topic, man. And this is one of my one of our dear sisters right here, man. One of our dear sisters. We've been covering Tiffany Haddish. Sorry, not Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Henyard for a little time now. And my goodness, man, she has just been going crazy in the news. She has been going crazy. And the people of Dalton, Illinois, do not want her to be the mayor anymore. And they're making it clear. Let's tune into the video, man. After the new allegations, after whatever happens, all my peoples is in the chat. My peoples is in the chat. What up, D? After these allegations and all the stuff, the mess that is going on in the Dalton community, I think she should step down also. Let's tune into the video and see what's going on.
The other big story tonight may be the most chaotic meeting yet in troubled South suburban Dalton.
Nate Rogers sorting out another confrontation involving the mayor, the board, and the public. Nate.
Yeah, guys, this Board of Trustees meeting ended early tonight with 4 trustees actually walking out abruptly. The village clerk left early as well. First, I want to paint a picture of what all we were able to experience. It was very chaotic, and to be quite honest with you, frankly honest with you, it was even scary at times. At the meeting tonight, but only 42 residents were allowed inside. They had to walk through metal detectors and they were wanded down. Before I take you inside of the meeting, I want you to listen to what happened outside first.
Let us in! Let us in! This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
But at least the majority.
The people of Dalton, Illinois. The people of Dalton, Illinois want nothing to do with this mayor anymore. They don't want nothing to do with some of the trustees on the board. They don't want nothing to do with the taxes that are being raised. And if I were them and I was in their position, I'd be pissed off too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be a little pissed because you come into here, give us these false promises, sell us these dreams. Meanwhile, you're taking our tax-paying money and going on first-class flights, going to Las Vegas, going to overseas, going on islands, living your best life, while we over here struggling, and then you come back, and then you try to raise our taxes. No, we ain't going for that, man. We ain't going for that. So I fully understand why these people are upset.
Majority of the people in Dalton should be able to think like the mayor does. She's scary. She's absolutely scary.
Why can't we get in our public building to have meetings? Why are meetings being canceled? Why can't we have transparency what's going on with our tax dollars?
Several residents calling on Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Hinyard to resign. She's been criticized for mismanaging village funds and dividing the Board of Trustees. The meeting comes amid a sexual harassment and retaliation complaint against Hinyard. A former employee says she was sexually assaulted during a work trip in Las Vegas last year. The complaint says the employee was disoriented and unsure how she woke up inside a village trustee's hotel room. When she woke up about the former employee's claims, when she spoke up, about the claims she was retaliated against, she says, and later fired. The FBI is now looking into village practices.
You know what happened in Vegas.
You know it's bad when the FBI getting involved.
You know what happened. And you should be addressing it, saying something to the residents about it.
I have cancer. Of course I do. Tiffany stole money from a cancer foundation. How dare you? How dare you steal? And I helped you with your campaign. How dare you steal from us? I had to buy my wigs. Are you going to reimburse me for the wigs that I've been spending my money on?
And they say that you're the worst mayor in America. I agree.
Now, no one is in custody and no charges have been filed following that former employee's complaint. Also, the trustee accused was absent from tonight's meeting. Residents said that trustee should resign as well. Residents also wore blue ribbons in support of victims of sexual abuse. Now, back out here live, just a little bit more on background. We've learned that this was the first time that metal detectors were used. The acting police chief saying that they received credible threats even today about this meeting, and that's why folks were taken through metal detectors and wanded down. Again, 4 out of their 6 trustees did leave the meeting early. Mayor Tiffany Hinyard did criticize those Board of Trustees for leaving, saying that she really wanted to accomplish some of the business of the village, and as a result, she was unable to do so. Of course, we'll continue to stay on this story and keep you updated with any.
Man, she need to step down, man. She need to step down. She need to give it up. They need a whole new board. They need a whole new trustee membership board. They need everybody new. Clear the whole place out. Let's have a vote today. Today is what it's looking like. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. We gonna definitely keep in tune with what's going on with Mayor Tiffany Henyard. The people voted for her, and now they hate her. And now they absolutely hate her. And she's looking like Biden out there. She's looking like Biden. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. Tiffany Henyard, I don't know what you're gonna do, but what I can tell you is, you know, I know you ain't gonna resign. I know you're not gonna resign. But you gotta figure this out. You gotta figure this out. You gotta figure this out. You gotta figure this out, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get into the next topic. California. Oh, Cali. Y'all starting to get paid as fast food workers in California. Shout outs to California for bringing up the minimum wage to $20 an hour. 40 grand a year. 40 grand. What up, D? What up? 40 grand a year to flip burgers, to say, can I take your order? And to pretty much serve fast food. This is insane, y'all. Shout outs to the fast food workers. They're getting paid now. Let's tune into the video.
Minimum wages for fast food workers are set to hit $20 an hour in California today after a deal was struck last fall between the unions and the fast food industry. Kate Rogers joins us right now with more on what this means for workers, businesses, and consumers in that state. Good morning, Kate.
Hi, Becky. Good morning. The minimum will be among the highest in the nation and the sector's highest as of today, with ripple effects sure to be felt for all parties involved in varying ways. Right now, Glassdoor data show that just over 20% of California fast food workers are making $20 an hour, so many more will wind up getting a pay raise. There are 500,000 workers in the sector in California. I sat down exclusively with Mary Kay Henry, SEIU president, who said this model of organizing by sector instead of by business will be replicated in the future, mentioning New York, Washington, and Illinois as potential future targets.
So they ain't stopping just in California, which is great. Great for some people. They're going to bring it to other states like New York and, you know, the big cities, maybe Boston too. But this is the thing about this $20 minimum wage. We about to see fast food become very expensive food. Ain't no more 4 for $4s. Ain't no more Happy Meals. Ain't no more none of that. We gonna be complaining, just like we complaining about the groceries going up. We're gonna be complaining about the $3 menu going up to $5. Because now they gotta make this $20 back, and they ain't gonna keep things the same. We know it's coming.
It's a combination of workers' willingness to strike and to lobby legislators and to defend the governor in the recall campaign, as the fast food workers did here in California. When those conditions are created in other states, we'll be able to make this same progress.
The hike may also lift wages for low-wage workers who are outside of the restaurant sector. Business owners like Jennifer B. Perez, who runs Growing Roots, a plant design and maintenance company in Long Beach, are closely monitoring the increase in order to remain competitive.
It's a ripple effect because I'm not part of that industry, but of course I'm actually looking at all of that as well. Because like I said, haven't worried about it too much because I was like, oh, I'm always over minimum wage. But since that keeps increasing and like that's a 25% increase from 16 to 20.
Her lowest paid worker is at $19 an hour, and she has to be wary of further price increases for her customers, she says too. Becky, back over to you.
I mean, Kate, that's really the issue here. I've been calling them unintended consequences. Perhaps in the case of the unions, these are intended consequences. But it really creates all kinds of unknown potential changes and how that ripples through not just related industries.
I don't think anyone is going to be complaining as a fast food worker. People don't work too hard these days. $20 an hour will not help for real. Honestly, they're not going to complain because obviously, shoot, they getting paid more. But $20 an hour in California, let's be honest here. That's barely doing it. That is barely doing it. Nobody is going to be celebrating that much from going up to $4 in a place that you need to make at least 35 to be, to just live. To just live. Gas prices in California are $6 a gallon. It's wild.
Industries, but completely unrelated industries. How do you find workers in any of those other industries? Earlier this morning, we were talking about whether that be home health care aides, therapists, whether that be aides in schools, and a lot of those people who are caring for the elderly. I mean, those are some of our most vulnerable populations. And these wages are now going to far outstrip those wages. What happens in the meantime? It's going to be pretty chaotic.
It really will be, Becky. And I went to Seattle and we did a big story on this several years ago, because if you remember, they raised to $15 an hour, which was very high at the time. And different studies over the course of several years after had different findings, right? Some low wage workers had their hours cut, but then it did wind up giving them a nice economic boost. And depending on how you surveyed people, you got different findings there. So it's going to be a very interesting study to see here in California. And as you heard the SEIU president, they are looking to do this in other states, because this was called kind of a backdoor way of unionizing, doing it by sector, right? Not by individual business. So it's going to be a fact.
You know who's going to be happy? The migrants. The migrants are going to be extremely happy working at McDonald's now. They're going to be extremely happy working at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A. You name it, they're going to try to apply for it. They're going to try to apply for it. And I'm not going to be shocked if I see a bunch of people that don't speak English trying to give me a cheeseburger at McDonald's. That's just the honest truth. That's just the honest truth. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. Minimum wage has gone up. Minimum wage has gone up. It's a beautiful thing for some people, but we all know we're going to get the chain effect of that and the prices of the food. Thank you guys, though. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shoot. The dollar, yeah, that dirty dollar is worthless. It is, man. Unfortunately, that's the type of economy we're in right now, to where the dollar is fading away. People are trying to make, people want that American dream. They want that American dream. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to spend like they want to. They want to be debtless. But, it's super hard when you're dealing with so much corporations and other people getting in your way, to try to even save your money, to try to even compete. It's so hard. Rent out here, where I'm from, rent for Boston, Massachusetts, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment is going for over $2,600 a month. That's just for rent. That's not including utilities. That's not including groceries. That's not including nothing like that. $2,600. And they expect us to work minimum wage jobs and somehow afford that. And it just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It will never make sense. And people are going to be stuck renting forever, because they cannot afford, they can't simply afford to stop renting or get out or get their own house. And it's unfortunate, but that's just capitalism. That's the world we're living in. It's crazy. It's crazy, but us over here on this side, we blessed. We blessed. We regardless of what, we hustlers. We gonna get to the money. We gonna get to the bag, and we gonna run it up all together. We gonna run it up. It's there's no choice. We have no choice. If we want to be successful, if we want to have the American dream, man, one job is definitely not enough. One job is definitely not enough. You need at least 3 nowadays. And that's just me being honest. I work 3 jobs. I go from job to job, sometimes to job, or I go from job to editing YouTube videos. Like I'm straight hustling. I'm straight hustling, and that's the mindset that I'm going through and with all 2024. All 2024. We were never supposed to use this paper BS Freemason money. I know. You know, they made it so it replaced gold pretty much. We used to use gold as our currency or silver, and yeah, they replaced it with dollars because it's much cheaper, obviously. It's much cheaper to do it this way, and they can print it unlimitedly. Hustle. You already know. Shout out to you, D. Shout out to you. We're gonna get into the next topic though. Man, I don't know what's going on in New York, but we got to talk about these demons that be running around in New York all the time. It's like every single day there's a new demon, there's a new spirit that is just running rampant. It's either stabbing, it's either stealing, it's either shooting, or even worse. Let's see what's going on in the streets of New York, y'all. Let's tune into the video.
New at noon, we're hearing from the 75-year-old woman who was attacked in the elevator of their building in the Bronx.
The suspect was out on parole after an attempted murder conviction back in 2012.
The victim is still in the hospital, but spoke a short time ago with Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson, and she's live at the scene in the Fordham section with that conversation. Kimberly.
Well, David, Zenona Ramos is in pain. Her hands and face are covered with stab wounds. In fact, she needed 40 stitches in one hand to close those cuts. At one point, she tells me, while here in this building in the elevator with the suspect, she begged him to let her live, telling him she has a family. The grandmother is in the hospital right now. She is in stable condition, but she is terrified. It was Sunday morning around 11:30 at her apartment building on Morris.
Look at this sweet old woman that was just minding her business, living her life. 75 years old, just trying to get back into her apartment, not knowing that a demon was following her the whole time. Not knowing that a demon was following her. How you doing? What up in the chat? Astawa? Oh my gosh. Hopefully I said your name right. But how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's sad, man. This is very sad, and this is the world we're living in. We're living in a world where 75-year-old people are being followed by someone willing to pretty much take their life for God knows what. And this is a random attack. The guy doesn't know her. She doesn't know the guy. She was just trying to get back home.
Avenue in the Bronx when all of this happened. An exclusive video obtained by Eyewitness News, you see Ramos walk in the front door of the building. Seconds later, the suspect, Edwin Rios, he trails behind her. The pair ends up in the elevator together, and before the doors even close, Rios repeatedly stabbed the victim. There was no way out, and she was trying to block the blows, but she couldn't. Covered with blood, Ramos gets off the elevator on the first floor. She doesn't live on that floor, but she got off. She walked down the hallway and started banging on a neighbor's door for help. That woman called 911. The suspect then casually walks off the elevator, down the stairs, and exits the building. He also was covered with blood. He was arrested. By phone from her hospital bed, Ramos walked me through this terrifying ordeal.
As I got in without saying a word, he started punching and stabbing me. I was trapped in the elevator. I have diabetes, was operated on. He opened up all my wounds. He cut me. I have 40 stitches in my hand.
That's a demon, y'all. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. It's unfortunate. This is the world we're living in, though. It's really, really unfortunate. Over 40 stitches in her hand alone. She got diabetes. She ain't gonna end up healing well. And she's old. She's 75. Luckily, they got this guy. And he was out on parole, which means he was already doing some stuff that he should not have been doing. And this is crazy. He was back out on the streets. Oh, man. This is sad, man. This is sad.
Now, as for Ramos, she has 6 children. She has about 11 grandchildren and 1 great-grand. As for the woman who called 911, she tells me she heard Ramos banging on the door, asking for help. She cracked her door just a little bit. She could not believe what she saw. Ramos covered with blood. She called 911. We'll have much more in this story coming up later on Eyewitness News.
Man, see, that's the sad part about this life we living in. We got so much evil out there, and it don't stop there. It don't stop. We can bring it to place to place to place. It is crazy. It's sickening, honestly. But wait till you hear about this next one, right? Wait till you hear about this next one. This next one, they said this man looked like he was playing Grand Theft Auto. Y'all ever heard of Grand Theft Auto? Y'all ever heard of Grand Theft Auto? Y'all know how gruesome, how violent Grand Theft Auto can get. This is what's happening out here in the streets. This guy went on a stabbing spree. Just went to random neighborhood, went to random houses, opened up the door, and just started going crazy on some people, man. Let's tune into this video, see what's going on in the streets of Rockford.
Please respect the families, the media, all citizens. Please respect the families' time in their morning. There will be a time to reach out to them.
Also breaking, Rockford police updating us now about that deadly stabbing spree, leaving 4 people dead and injuring many others. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sylvia Perez. That breaking news first. Police say that they are charging the suspect that is now in custody. Our Tia Ewing is joining us live with the very latest. Tia, what can you tell us?
Well, Sylvia, I can tell you that a press conference is still going on inside Rockford Police headquarters right now, but we have learned a little bit more about what unfolded yesterday. We have a name of the suspect in all of this. His name is Christian Soto, and allegedly he carried the stabbing spree out in his own neighborhood. And even though we're getting an update from police, we are no closer to understanding a motive for these crimes right now. We have learned a little bit more about those who unfortunately died because of what happened yesterday. We know 15-year-old Jenna Newcomb, she died saving her sister and friend, protecting them from further harm. But what we have learned is that the 22-year-old has had 5 run-ins with law enforcement for traffic violations and criminal damage to property. Right now, he's sitting.
This is the guy. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for people like this, man. These people deserve to pretty much starve to death. That might be a little harsh, and I apologize if that's a little harsh, but we dealing with demons here, so we got to give the demon treatment. They got to go. It's absolutely out of control. This is nonsense. And this guy, clearly, he's a repeat offender. He should have never been on the streets in the first place. And now we have 4 dead because of it. It's sad.
Sitting in the Winnebago
It's
County
sad.
Jail with no bond, facing
It's
13
sad.
charges stemming from the attack that left 4 people dead. And we have learned the identity of those 4 people: 63-year-old
sad.
Ramona Schubach, 23-year-old Jacob Schubach, 49-year-old Jay Larson. That's the postal worker that was run over, then stabbed. And also 15-year-old Jenna Newcomb. She died again, saving her sister and friend. Her family wanted that to be known to the public. We also got a chance to hear from the Winnebago County Sheriff. He spoke about some of the people injured that managed to survive.
The Good Samaritan stopped that situation, and she could have easily been deceased if he did not become involved with that. He ran off, came back, tried to get into his Jeep, and he was actually stabbed also. But he did a tremendous job in helping. At that time, city county squads arrived, and the chase ensued. One of the deputies were able to jump over several fences, was able to get him apprehended. Right behind them were Rockford PD, and that's where the point where they took him into custody.
So just want to point out the fact that the suspect was taken into custody near one of these scenes. And in addition to that, it was just minutes after that first 911 call was made for help. Now, keep in mind that here in Rockford, people are still grieving, considering that at the local Walmart, a man was attacked, a racially motivated attack where a worker was stabbed to death. And because of all of this, there is counseling being provided over at Middle School. And also for that suspect, Christian Soto, he will be in a courtroom at 1:30. We are expecting again those charges to be announced, and we are expecting him to stay.
Man, this is extremely sad, man. Extremely sad. There's nothing that no counselor can say, nothing that no mental institution can help. There's nothing that anyone can do to prevent this type of stuff from happening. There's nothing. There's nothing they can do. And honestly, it was only 4 people, and that's a lot of people, but it could have been more. He was trying to get more. He was trying to get the whole neighborhood, it seems like. He said it. They said that he went back. He went and left and came back, and then he got stabbed. So everybody was out there on the streets fighting with swords, trying to just protect themselves against this maniac that's on the streets. Our police are out of control. The criminals are released back into our communities before the police finish filing the reports. It's true. It's absolutely true. It doesn't make sense to why we have people that can do egregious stuff, go to jail, get out the next morning because they paid their bond off, and next thing you know, they're back doing the same stuff, if not worse, the next day or the next week. It's sad. That we can blame that on the justice system for sure. We can definitely blame that on the justice system. This whole entire country. Yes, our country does need Jesus. Our country does need Jesus. This entire country needs a complete rinse. Like, just wash all the bad stuff away. Wash them all away. Just like they did in the Bible. Y'all remember that? when Jesus came and God came and flooded the entire world. He just said, you know what? There's too much going on. Swash. That's what needs to happen again. That's what needs to happen again. Oh, Lord, forgive me, man. Lord, forgive me. It's sad, man. This is sad. Wow. We're praying for the family, obviously, of those victims that are dead and those that are hurt. We pray that they get the justice that they need and they deserve. But obviously, there's nothing that we can do or say, or they can do or say to bring their family members back, which is the most terrible part about this situation here. Unfortunately. We got one more crime video that we want to get into. And this one is in a Walmart. Walmart employee had shot at teens inside of the Walmart store. Now, I haven't seen this video yet, but I saw the headlines and I was just like, here we go again. Here we go again. I promise you, this stuff can get depressing after a while. So I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to, keep bringing this stuff and only this stuff because, we got to talk about some other stuff later on in the show. But this crime, I need to bring it to light. We need to keep bringing it to light because we got to stop. We got to talk about it. Eventually, we're going to have to sit down as people, the mentally stable people, because, we like to talk about mental health a lot nowadays. The mentally stable people need to have the conversation and need to put some laws into effect to make things a little bit more tougher. If you commit a crime, you should know right away. All right, I'm not going to do this because I can get this much years, or I can possibly, lose my freedom for the rest of my life. It should be that serious. It should be that serious. I'm not saying that we should be, under like a dictatorship to where people can't talk, but we should at least have way stricter law on crime. We should definitely have more stricter laws on crime. They reduce food production, collapse the money supply, increase with crime, undocumented legal invaders, and promote drugs. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. You could not have said that any better. You could not have said that any better. Notice how Biden, the things that people actually care about, the things that people actually want to see changed, he does not even speak about. That's the saddest part about it. He don't even acknowledge it. He'd rather acknowledge Transgender Day. Let's get into the video, man. We getting off topic. Let's watch this one and then we're gonna continue on to the show, man.
Tonight, a Walmart employee in Fayetteville is still on the run, accused of shooting two people inside the store, an adult and a 9-year-old girl. The adult did not survive. The girl still in the hospital. Police are on the hunt for the shooter. But tonight, another person is behind bars, arrested in connection with the shooting. Fox 5's Eric Mock is live at that Walmart. Eric, part of the store is still a crime scene.
Absolutely. They've still got one of the entrances here cordoned off. Nobody can go in on this side of the Walmart. The two victims were actually shot just inside those doors in the vestibule. And police say this is still a very active manhunt and investigation. The Walmart on Pavilion Parkway in Fayetteville was bustling Saturday, despite one of its entrances being blocked by yellow tape.
Oh my gosh. That is so sad. Oh my gosh. I really hope she's okay.
Shoppers I spoke to were shocked to hear a 9-year-old girl got caught in the crossfire when Fayetteville police say 19-year-old Walmart employee Adrian Jelks.
Are we surprised? Are we surprised, Atlanta? This is where this is at. Why are you going to work and you got a pistol in your pocket? It's not that it's that dangerous on the streets that you can't even go to work without having a gun in your pocket, and then you got to use it. Who knows what he pulled it out for? Like I said, I haven't seen this video yet, but come on, y'all. Come on. We got to just do better. A 9-year-old girl, 9 years old, don't even know probably how to read a full book by herself. She probably don't know how to take care of herself, cook, all that stuff just to survive. She probably don't know how to do that stuff. And now, was it her mother? It was the mother.
I spoke to were shocked to hear a 9-year-old girl got caught in the crossfire when Fayetteville police say 19-year-old Walmart employee Adrian Jelks opened fire on 19-year-old Antavius Holton at around 10 p.m. Friday night. The 9-year-old
It wasn't her. It wasn't her mother. It was another boy that was probably her older brother, 19-year-old boy. Shake my head.
Holton at around 10 p.m. Friday night. The 9-year-old is expected to be okay.
I'm appalled that an innocent child is in a Metro Atlanta area hospital with a gunshot wound.
But Holton succumbed to his injuries at the hospital. His family has set up this GoFundMe page to raise money for his funeral expenses.
So it was a Walmart employee that done it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's on the run now, yeah.
Wow, and he worked at Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Yes, he's a Walmart employee that worked at Walmart, my guy. You on live television, bruv. You on live television, bruv. But this is the sad situations and sad scenarios that we see in, man, in these streets. Teens are fighting against each other. They don't even want to fist fight anymore. They're just pulling out guns. They're pulling out guns. When are we gonna stop?
Shoppers were shocked to hear a Walmart employee was armed and could even carry out this shooting. Fayetteville police told us Saturday they're putting all their resources and efforts into capturing Jelks. While Jelks is still on the run, officers did make one arrest. They took 19-year-old Sandra Romero Nunez into custody and plan to charge her with being a party to Jelks' alleged crimes. Investigators have not yet confirmed, though, how exactly she was involved. Still, more shoppers were shocked that something like this could even happen in Fayetteville.
I don't really feel safe anywhere, really. Yeah, Walmart in Fayetteville, it's crazy.
Man, Walmart in Fayetteville. It don't matter if it's Fayetteville, Boston, Los Angeles, Wisconsin. It shouldn't be happening nowhere, man. It shouldn't be happening nowhere. This is sad. This is sad. Man, absolutely. Absolutely. When teens think they can solve their problems on their own with guns, we need God. We need God. We're praying for those two, man. Obviously, one is gone now. The other one is injured. 19 years old. Had so much life left to live. Could have been so much. 17-year-old guy that pulled the trigger. Had so much life to live. Could have been so big, so great. Do such good things in this world. Instead, he's on the run. Instead, he's going to be locked up for a very long time. Saddest part of the show, but we had to talk about it because, again, we don't want to see this stuff happening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. We gonna get on to the next topic, man. Praying for this world. The world needs God, clearly. And yeah, it's insane what's going on out there. It's insane, honestly. But this next topic, we've been covering this stuff for the past couple of weeks because it's been getting a lot of attention. And these are about the squatters. Squatters have been going rampant. They've been running rampant. They've been kicking in doors and changing locks and signing fake leases, all types of stuff, getting homeowners arrested. That's how bad it's getting out here with these squatters. But apparently, Georgia is looking to sign a bill to pass a new law that prevents squatters from having rights. Let's tune into the video. They are finally doing something about squatters. Let's see what's going on in Georgia.
Georgia lawmakers have a new message for property squatters. The law is no longer on your side. Waiting for the governor's signature is the Georgia Squatter Reform Act. It's passed both the state's House and Senate. And Fox 5 team's Dana Fowle has covered some of the most explosive cases where homeowners claimed that squatters were living on their property. You've done several of these.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of this going around. Squatters who live in other people's homes without permission, rent-free, and refusing to leave. But when kicking them out, the law has been on their side. The real homeowners call police, but are too often told they have to take them to court. Well, this week, a new law waiting for the governor's signature sides now with property owners. So someone like Machete Man, who we introduced you to, wouldn't be allowed to stay and scare neighbors for months on end.
Look at this.
Atlanta police made several stops to this Kirkwood, Atlanta property in the summer of 2021 about a machete-wielding squatter scaring the community. Kelsey Womack owns the business next door.
He was threatening to hurt my clients if they parked in front of the house that he didn't rightfully own. It's caused me nothing but stress. It's caused us to lose money. It's caused us to lose business.
Neighbors and business owners had
No, these dudes is more than mentally unstable, man. It's looking like squatters are demons too. Shake my head. If this man could walk around the streets, where are the police at, first of all? If this man could walk around the streets waving a machete in a house that he do not even own and nobody do nothing about it, it's extremely wild to me. Extremely. It makes no sense. It never has made sense. And I'm thankful they're finally doing something about it.
no luck with police. Out-of-state ownership told us that Brandon Barkley had no right to be there. But they told the Fox 5 team Atlanta police said they'd have to take him to court. The man living here eventually just moved on.
In my opinion, squatters are criminals. They're trespassing on someone's private property. And, right now they're being treated like they're tenants of that property.
Representative Devin Seaball sponsored with others the Georgia Squatter Reform Act. It passed unanimously this week in the Georgia legislature. He says if the squatters show a lease, real or not, the case gets gummed up in Superior Court.
And the process to remove them is long and arduous and could take, it's taken 8 months up to 2 years.
His bill speeds up the process.
What we've done in this bill is we've changed the jurisdiction to magistrate court, a non-jury trial, to expedite that. If they present a lease, they have 3 days to present that lease to the court. The court has 7 days to make a determination if that's a good lease or a fake lease.
Last fall, the Fox 5 team got a call from Ronan McCabe, a frustrated Tucker homeowner who discovered people living in his home that was empty and for sale. He called the police several times asking for help.
They broke into my house and moved in. They have no contract, no agreement with me. Gwinnett County Police are saying that there's nothing that they can do.
But then something did happen. Ramon Fuertes III was arrested, not for squatting. Coincidentally, federal marshals were tailing him. Fuertes was arrested on an outstanding warrant related to child sex trafficking.
This is wild. This is crazy. Not only is they illegally stepping into his property, but he is a criminal. This is the stuff that we talking about here. Like, this stuff don't make sense. They're all criminals. All squatters are criminals, regardless of if they meant it in a good way or not. They're criminals too. But this guy's a pedophile.
If that hadn't have happened, he and his friends might still be living in this neighborhood. At the time, Representative Kim Schofield called the laws on the books outdated.
Why are we empowering scammers and squatters to milk this system? Come on, Georgia. We've got to do better than this.
Well, the power is shifting. The new bill awaits the governor's signature, and there's new hope that homeowners can, again, control their own property.
I don't think we're finished. I think we'll continue to look at the laws.
Again, the bill still needs the governor's signature. Representative Seaball hasn't heard anything yet, but expects that it will be done.
Finally, one state has stepped up and said, you know what? Enough is enough. We're not doing the squatter stuff anymore. We're not doing it. Finally. And I know more states is coming. I heard Florida's next. Florida is next. It's crazy out here that we actually have to have this conversation, right? It's actually crazy. There's no real reason to why we should have this conversation, but this is the United States, so much stuff goes under the rug without us being even aware to it, that stuff like this is just happening all over the world. I mean, all over the United States. And finally, because it's getting some light in 2024, finally, they're doing something about it. Shout outs to Georgia for finally stepping up. They're the first ones to do it, the first ones to say it online and say, maybe, hey, this is actually common sense that these people don't live here. It's crazy. It's crazy. People are calling on a business that is in California called the Squatter Squad. They have they are great at removing squatters. Is that the Squatter Hunter? Is that the Squatter Hunter? Is he with them? Because we covered that guy. That's my guy right there. Shout out to the Squatter Hunter. But hey, shout outs to Georgia, regardless. Shout outs to the Squatter Squad, and shout outs to the Squatter Remover, because they got to get these squatters out of here. Y'all understand what we're talking about. Shout outs to them. But let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. And shoot, yeah, it's crazy what's going on. We're gonna get into the next topic though. And you know, it was a beautiful weekend, right? It was a beautiful weekend. You know, it was nice and sunny over here. I went to church. You know, it was great. It was Easter Sunday. So, you know, I'm not thinking anything of it. It's, to me, every day that I wake up, it's a blessing, right? It's a blessing. But on Easter Sunday, it's a special day especially for the Christian people. It's a special day, you know? And now, if you don't believe in God, whatever the case may be, suit yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's you. You do your thing. You do your thing. But, you know, I believe. I'm a believer. So we do this. We do this. You know, that's what we do. But a little birdie had flown past me, and they had said that Easter Sunday was actually Transgender Visibility Day. And I said, huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've never heard of Transgender Visibility Day in my life. Nonetheless, on Easter. Oh, okay. You don't know, just watch. Okay, we gonna go over that on the channel then. We're gonna go over that on the channel. I'm gonna definitely tune into them. But yeah, I was just like, what? And apparently, instead of Joe Biden saying, you know, Happy Resurrection Sunday, he got up and said, Happy Transgender Visibility Day. Keyside boss. I mean, what? Let's tune into the video and see what's going on in the White House, y'all.
White House. Now to this. Critics say Biden and the woke mob are taking a swipe at Christians this Easter. This year, Easter Sunday falls on Transgender Visibility Day, which is traditionally on March 31st. But this year, not only did Fairfax County, Virginia, make an official proclamation for Easter Sunday, so did President Biden. Biden was the first president ever to issue an official proclamation for Transgender Day of Visibility, and this was back in 2021. And in his proclamation this year, he said, quote, "Today we send a message to all transgender Americans. You are loved, you are heard, you are understood, you belong. You are America, and my entire administration and I have your back." The Fairfax County Board making a similar proclamation this week.
I'm just very happy that we're recognizing a community that has too often been pushed into the shadows and celebrating yet another community within our diverse tapestry here in Fairfax County.
Okay, so this day actually goes back to 2010. And when President Biden first made this proclamation back in 2021, that year Easter was on April 4th. Except this year, they both happen on the same day, Lisa. But it's also.
I'm so glad that that happened. And we all know now, and we can see it for ourselves, us folks that believe in God, that believe in the Bible. We can see it now, how the White House actually feels about Jesus, how they feel about God, how they feel about religion. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And this is not a shot towards the transgender community, the gay, the LGBTQ community. I don't want you guys to think that I am homophobic or whatever the case may be. You guys, you do your thing. If you're gay, you do your thing. If you're not gay, you do your thing. Everybody obviously should have rights. But this is what we not gonna do. We ain't going to keep allowing y'all to disrespect Jesus, God, whoever you want to call the creator. We ain't going to keep allowing y'all to keep disrespecting it like we don't exist anymore. This is not going to happen. It's not flying. It's not sitting right with a bunch of us. And we are going to have this conversation. We're going to have this conversation. Now, I'm happy you guys get a whole month. I'm happy you guys get a whole day. Kudos to y'all. We're in America. Hip, hip, hooray. But where's Christianity Day? Or where is the Catholic Day? Where's the Catholic month? Where's Jesus month? Why don't they celebrate God anymore? Even on the dollar bill, right? It says, "In God we trust." Ain't nobody even noticing that anymore. This whole entire country has just forgot about it. It's like they don't even care anymore in the White House. And it's unfortunate, in my opinion. It's unfortunate. Let's continue.
Also, a random day created by a random person out of Michigan, in the same way that I could declare March 30th is the day of Lisa. The White House also banned religious-themed designs from the White House Easter egg art contest, when the whole point of Easter is to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It is a religious holiday, a religious celebration. To celebrate the day of trans visibility in and of itself is an affront to Christianity, because the Bible says that God made man and he made woman. He made male and female. To say otherwise is to deny the truth, is to deny God's creation. Also, to do it on Easter is blasphemous. You can even go back to the last Trans Day of Visibility in 2023. He celebrated after Christian individuals were murdered by a trans person at the Covenant School in Nashville. And then the White House proceeded to go on and say that it was the trans community under attack, not Christianity. So
we know what side they on. We know what side they on, and believe me, if you vote for the woke, you gonna perish just like the rest of them. You just gonna perish just like the rest of them. The woke side of this world, right, is the reason why there's so much crime. There's so much mentally unstable people. And there's so much, I'm going to just say it outright. There's so much demons running around this place. And if you really are woke, you would see that other stuff. You'll see all the nonsense that we got to look out there in the streets and deal with. If you're really woke. But for these lefties that are woke, they think that this thing is okay and that they could just do it and nobody gonna say nothing about it. But I have to inform you today, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. Easter is about the resurrection of Jesus. That's what it's always been about. It's not even about the Easter bunny. It's not even about him or her. It's not about popping Easter eggs. It's not about Easter egg hunts. It is simply, again, we as Bible believers, this is what we believe. It is simply about Jesus and the resurrection. That is it. And for y'all to disrespect Jesus on Resurrection Sunday, we ain't having that. We are not having that. Let's continue.
I am so sorry that I believe that Joe Biden understands the optics of it, and he is doing this intentionally, and he is thumbing his nose at Christians and Easter, and he's essentially spitting in the face of Christians everywhere.
Well, we also have, there's a Virginia mom who told Fox News Digital, Stephanie Lundquist, that, quote, they are intentionally trying to offend Christians on the holiest of days by forcing gender ideology down their throats. This is reprehensible and unbecoming of our elected representatives, David.
Isn't Joe Biden Catholic?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I'm with Lisa. This is not a thing. It was made up. It's like Kwanzaa. It was made up by somebody to do something. Who are they appealing to? There are roughly 1.6 million or so people in the U.S., according to some reports, that identify as transgender. Where are they going? But here's what they've done. They're gaslighting the American people because of the coincidence of this made-up day versus an actual day that means something to billions of people worldwide, not just here in the United States. They want us talking about them. And this whole thing with the Easter egg hunt, now I've been to a few of those. It's a lot of fun. You eat a lot of too many eggs. But part of it was people expressing themselves. So now the government under the Biden auspice will tell you that you can't present a religious, First Amendment, a religious imagery on an egg. I mean, again, I'm even more cynical than Lisa. This is gaslighting.
I was trying to be calm.
Yeah, how could you be that calm?
They definitely gaslighting. They gaslit the whole entire Bible believing community. Not only did they gaslight the Bible believing community, they gaslighted every religion that's pretty much out there. They've been doing it ever since he got into the office, ever since Obama got into office. Like, we understand, like, yeah, okay, people have to get rights. Yes, absolutely. Everyone has rights. But is that the only people y'all care about? Nobody cares about the Christians community anymore. Nobody cares about the Muslim community anymore. Does anybody care about just regular the women's community, the men's community? Does anybody care? Or is it just the LGBTQ community that everybody cares about? I don't identify as nothing. I don't, my pronouns is not him or he or they or them. It is very simple. We're not going to get confused about this. Y'all are not going to keep trying to confuse us and make us mentally unstable. we are not doing this. We're not doing this. But again, this is the world we live in. And there are demons running. They're running rampant. They're running rampant, and they're trying to do anything and everything that they could possibly do to destroy the people. So it's best for us to just continue to say this. We ain't gonna stand here and we ain't gonna fold. We gonna stand up. We gonna keep doing what we gotta do because our voices are louder. It's that simple. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all viewership. I really do. We got one more topic that we are going to get into for the night. I hope you guys have been enjoying the show. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the show. You know, let me know. Let me know. I love you guys. I do. I see you guys talking to each other in the chat. I see you guys talking to me. I appreciate y'all, man. This show makes a better show when you guys are here with me. I wish I could start making some like moderators. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can make moderators yet, but you know, D, when I get the chance, you already know. You a moderator. You already know it. You already know it. But thank you guys for tuning in. We got one more video to get into. We got one more video. And this woman, you know, mental health is a real thing, y'all. Mental health is a real thing. And let me tell you how I deal with mental health before we get into this, right? I never had an issue with mental health. I've never had an issue with me trying to kill myself, me trying to cut myself, anything like that. And it could have been the way I grew up because I was told, honestly, I was told, you already know. I was told not to believe that this stuff was actually like spiritual. Mental health, crime, you know, these things were all in the same boat. They were all depression. All of that stuff was in the same boat. It was a spiritual attack from the devil. Pretty much. That's how I took all of these new mental health problems. So now when I look and see all the stuff that is going on out here, I'm just like, how in the world do people let themselves get this bad? They clearly don't have anyone that, first of all, holds them accountable. And they don't have anyone that pretty much, you know, can talk them into understanding that they're facing a spiritual battle. Issues, but I love many who have mental health issues. I agree. I love the people, but it's a serious issue out there on the streets. And it's making people want to go blind. It's making people want to change their gender. It's making people want to kill themselves. That's how bad mental health and this mental crisis is getting. It's getting that bad to the point where people are rather off themselves than seek help. But honestly, they will never fully understand what they're dealing with until they come to the realization that this is not something that I'm just dealing with physically. This is something that I'm dealing with spiritually also. People are getting attacked every single day. And it's easier because a lot of people are weak-minded. They're super weak-minded, so it's easy for the devil to just come and infiltrate them. That's how I usually deal with my mental health. My mental health, if I ever have any. Lord knows I don't, but you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely not mentally unstable for sure. But that's how I deal with it. That's how I deal with these situations. I at one point I could not even believe that depression was a thing because it was always, nah, that can't happen to me. It's not happening to me. I rebuke that. I send it away, and it'll never touch me again. It's not going to affect my family. It's not going to affect my kids. It's not going to affect my friends. We ain't dealing with none of that stuff. And it's the sad part about what's going on in the world is that a lot of people are dealing with mental health issues, and it's to the point to where they're changing their bodies because of it. They're changing their bodies. And I would like you guys to look at this one, right? This woman felt in her heart that she was not the prettiest woman. This was a insecurity problem. She was not the prettiest woman, and she thought that it would be best for her to pretty much change her entire image, bringing more volume to her cheekbones, more volume to her face. Obviously, she did nose jobs, the whole body, BBLs, everything. But I just want you guys to see exactly what is going on here in these streets. Let's tune into the video. This is the world's biggest cheeks. And we ain't talking about butt cheeks. Let's tune in.
I look the way I do because I like this. Some people think that, oh, it's just for hype. I'm doing just for me. I want to wake up, go to the mirror and say, oh, Nastya, you're so beautiful today. I love what I see there. Hi, everybody. My name is Nastya, and I have the biggest cheeks in the world. I look the way I do because I like this. This is the only one reason. Some people think that, oh, it's just for hype. No, I will never put something in my face what I didn't like, you know?
We don't want to judge people. But let's be honest here, y'all. Are them cheeks too big or not?
No, I will never put something in my face what I didn't like, you know? When I was 26 years old...
You see what a wonderful, beautiful, simple lady she was. And now she looked like Jigsaw.
I understand that I look, that I'm not very pretty, yes? So I decided to make my lips because I haven't lips at all. It was like this, it was ugly. So I started making my lips from 26 years old. 1 year ago, I started make such cheeks. Now I think I have to refresh already. Absolutely. I think that they're a little bit small. You think that it's too big, but for me it's a little bit small now. My aim is like when I wake up, I go into the mirror, yes, and I want to see the picture I like. I never count how many procedures I have in my face. I never count because it's a lot. You can see that this is lots of, yes?
It's more than enough. It's more than enough. You transformed. You look like an entire different creature. You don't even look like how you looked before. You look 1,000 times different. These cheeks are phenomenal. I mean, you look like Quagmire from Family Guy. These cheeks are bowling-sized balls right there. That's how big those cheeks are.
Lips. It's cheeks.
For fact.
It's my Botox here. Some time ago I have fillers here.
It was way prettier before.
I make I made myself this jaw angles and my chin. I never count how much I spent on my face. I never count, but I know that it's a lot. It's maybe around $2,000 in my cheeks, and maybe something similar in lips, but I never count. I don't care about this. And now we're going to the clinic.
She spent 4 bands on her face. 4 bands. And the accent is not helping either.
I will make some fillers to my friend. I have never had watched filler. Of course, it can happen, but I'm not scared. It can be dangerous, even with qualified beautician.
Ну, Настя, она самодостаточный человек, уже взрослый, она сама вправе отвечать за свои поступки, и я, в принципе, не против ее.
I just gotta see this one more time. The way she hugged her, she had to like lean over to the side because the cheeks were just. She kind of had to like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? She had to dodge the cheeks.
Ну, Настя, она самодостаточный человек, уже взрослый, она сама вправе отвечать за свои поступки, и я, в принципе, не против ее образом. Ну, когда ей уже разонравится, она может это все просто убрать. Есть ферменты, которые растворяют все эти препараты, поэтому это не критично и не страшно.
Nobody judge me from my friends. How my friends can judge me? I will say, okay, off if they will. Today, my friend asked me to take off the filler, which is in the wrong place with hyaluronidase. So I did it.
This guy got guys doing this junk too, man. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Check on your friends. Make sure your friends are doing good. Make sure you pray for your friends. Mental health is a real thing.
Ну, мне вообще нравится, в принципе, что она с собой сделает, эти скулы, ну, это прикольно. Ну, это реально прикольно. Ну, а что, блин, ходить серой мышкой, блядь? Для меня как-то, когда я смотрел на ее скулы, мне казалось, это так, типа, о, там, типа, я был в шоке. А сейчас мне даже маловато, и надо еще кольнуть.
In Instagram, I'm funny, you know? I'm not like this big, pardon, like always she has makeup and then hello, I'm so cute. No, I'm just talking about life. Like I'm in my life, I'm such an Instagram, yes? And that's why people loves me. Have very good audience. There are some haters, yes, not without that, but I don't give a f***.
Я считаю, что это выбор каждого, и абсолютно не осуждаю и поддерживаю, потому что она выражает так себя, свою личность, поэтому я абсолютно не против.
There is lots of what I want to add, okay? I want veneers. I want this Hollywood smile, yes? Because I don't love my teeth. Okay, I will make another shape of lips. I will keep my cheeks big because I love it. And also I want to put implant in my chin. I don't think that this is like addiction because I made what I want on my face. But of course, I don't want to live without fillers or Botox because I don't love wrinkles. I don't love lips like this, you know? So maybe this is the kind of addiction, maybe. All my procedures I'm doing just for me. I want to wake up, go to the mirror and say, oh, Nastya, you are so beautiful today. I like what I see there. For me, I think, yes, I'm more attractive because I like myself like this.
She thinks that she's more attractive, y'all. She thinks that she's more attractive. She likes herself like this. She likes herself like this. So that's what they're going to do. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think she does. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. She has way too much money and way too much time on her hands to be doing this stuff to herself. But It's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. And people are allowed to express themselves without being judged. But if it's out of pocket, we're going to have to talk about it. That's just the simple truth. Let me know how you guys feel about that down below in the comments. I appreciate y'all viewership. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. Man, man, oh man. What is next? What is next? Yeah, indeed. Express yourself. Let them express themselves. Let these weirdos express themselves. That's fine. That's fine, because, you know, we need people like that so we know what not to do in life. We definitely need that. And we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. It is a sad situation. It really is. Thank you, D. Thank you, Access. Thank you. I hope I'm saying this right. Astiwa. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way out, and enjoy the rest of your night. Until next time, I love you guys. Mwah. Peace.